important one. Can I use Aurora's music or other creative works and videos I post to TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.? Oh, now here's an interesting one. I find that you cannot say TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram in Sky. It's a bit iffy. There have been times I have been able to say things, and there are times that I have not. I do remember distinctly saying to a friend, oh, I'm just going to check Facebook to see about, I think it was Shard events, because there's somebody who posts Shard events on a regular basis there. There's also a website that does it. And suddenly it wouldn't allow me to say Facebook. Definitely doesn't allow me to say YouTube, and I've experimented. You see what I mean by the, let's see what we can get away with? Sometimes it's just things like, well, what social media can I refer to? So, is that reasonable? That's a bit questionable. I suppose you're a streamer or you're a YouTuber, and you say, somebody's saying, do you know how to do something in the game? And you say, well, actually, I've streamed that, or I got a video about it on YouTube, which is perfectly reasonable. And they say, oh, really? Where is it? And they see, now you're linking in the game, but you could describe it, but it's still not going to let you do it, even though it's helpful. It's a bit frustrating. I suppose it also stops you from easily advertising within the game, and Sky definitely doesn't want you to do that. I don't care what they're saying in their all their legal documents. They really don't want you referring to social media, even official social media, within the game. I can sort of understand it, but it can also be a little bit of a pain. But now that I got that particular digression out of the way, let's return to Aurora's music. Oh, by the way, going to the Aurora concert, well worth doing. While Aurora's music and other works of art may appear in Sky, their usage in-game does not grant players permission or rights to use recordings that can otherwise be copyright claimed on your social media of choice. Creators upload videos to these sites at their own risk at the sole discretion of the terms of service of the respective social media service. Disclaimer, please note TGC does not own the copyright for songs included in this season. They're talking about the season of Aurora. As such, TGC does not take action on any flagged Aurora content or distribute DMCA takedown requests to players broadcasting on streaming platforms such as Twitch or YouTube Live. Please note that we have no control on when or how these notices are given out by the copyright owners and any consequences which may result to your streaming accounts. Additionally, TGC is not responsible for any resulting action being taken against your streaming accounts. If any of this is unclear, does not properly represent your intended work, or you have questions, please feel to contact our player support team. Now, this is actually important and refers back to something I talked about some time ago, not in this stream, but in another one, which is the subject of copyright. Essentially, remove Aurora's music if you're streaming or if you're uploading to YouTube. Now, the good news is this can happen automatically. I had a stream. I was doing Journey of the Wingless, which is on YouTube, by the way. And I didn't know this, but there was a section of the music in there that was actually Aurora's copyright. And Twitch detected it and muted it in the stream, and then put a note up to say that this had been done. Now, I then uploaded parts of that stream to YouTube, and YouTube detected it. and then very kindly gave me the option to remove the music while keeping, I think it kept in other game sounds and my own narration. So that's a very handy feature. But it's up to you, the streamer or YouTuber or both, to really to do that for yourself. And I had no idea that this particular piece of music that was in game was Aurora copyrighted. Now, it actually can go further, not necessarily within Sky, but I had this idea for doing a sort of No Man's Sky radio show. And the idea was that I would emulate some of the old Radio 1 or Radio 2 DJs within the context of No Man's Sky. And in fact, I'm trying to remember. Yes, there have been occasions too, streaming Sky, where I had a blank pause when I took a quick break, and I actually played copyright-free music during that break. So far, so good. It was copyright-free. I made sure it was copyright-free. YouTube detected it and issued me, and I had to remove it. Now, it wasn't a copyright strike. I did not have not received a copyright strike from YouTube at all. But it's important to remember the use of non-copyrighted music in a video potentially might have copyright issues down the line, especially if you become monetized. YouTube recognizes that and allows you to automatically remove that music. So, all something to bear in mind. If any of you have watched much in the way of gaming videos, or even commentary videos, or I don't know, speedrunner videos, you will often see or hear the narrator and basically state that they've muted the music due to potential copyright strikes. So, this is all something to bear in mind. But essentially, no. For example, if you wanted to stream an Aurora concert, you actually might get away with the streaming. There's some interesting legalities involved in live streaming on Twitch, which I'm not massively familiar with, but I've seen reference to. You might get away with streaming it, but if you wanted to upload to YouTube, the simple answer is no, don't do it, because you are definitely now violating copyright, Aurora's copyright specifically. The streaming, the live streaming aspect on Twitch at least is interesting. Apparently you can, for example, stream anime on Twitch. I'm not quite sure how that really works and how it affects your the video that is saved, however temporarily afterwards. But for that you would probably need to check what Twitch's own policy is about that kind of thing. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to look. I'm going to have a quick look at YouTube right now. I'm going to see whether or not the Aurora Concert has any videos about it. Sky Aurora Concert. Well, I'm looking at something here now, and actually, I should probably put it up here. Oh, heck, I can't. No, there's. Well, okay. The first thing that comes up is that game company's own video on it. But somebody has actually, for the PS5 a year ago, they uploaded the full Aurora Concert. And I have a suspicion that probably massively violates copyright. But it's up. And then there are how-tos for the Aurora Concert. Actually, it's surprising. There are not that many. Oh, yes, there is a playlist here, Season of Aurora Quests and Concert. I'm pretty certain technically that's in violation of copyright. There are ways of fuzzing over it, but I'm not familiar with them, and I certainly wouldn't start describing how to do it. But YouTube can be funny about copyright. I've only narrated my own experience so far. Okay, I think that's enough on that particular issue.